Welcome to the Mega Drew Christmas Special 2020. In this festive episode, we're going to be taking a trip back to 1992 for the Battle of Christmas. I'll be putting two games head to head that came out in time for the festive period, and in 1992 there were some great games to choose from. Now before we get started, let's talk briefly about my games of the year for 2020. Now in no particular order, I'd like to mention Doom Eternal, Streets of Rage 4, and Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. These were all fantastic games and I definitely recommend you check them out. So now that we've taken a very brief look back at 2020, let's take a look at our first game and see what Electronic Arts were up to in 1992. Now we all love a trip out to the countryside, don't we? The nature, the wildlife, that feeling of freedom. Well, in 1992, it's time to dust off that motorcycle again for Road Rash 2. I really enjoyed the first game in the series, which sees you enter the world of ultra-violent illegal motorbike racing. This sequel doesn't really add anything as far as the graphics and game engine go. Instead, Electronic Arts focused more on expanding the game's content by adding a two-player mode, more tracks and locations, and more bikes. Road Rash 2 isn't just a quality racing game. Part of the enjoyment is the ability to take down your opponents using your fists, feet, or a weapon. And of course your fellow riders can do the same to you. There is a real sense of satisfaction in knocking an opponent down just as they attempt to do the same to you. The game has a great soundtrack which has that signature Mega Drive sound, and this is the perfect soundtrack for your dangerous journey to each finish line. Road Rash 2 is definitely one of my go-to Mega Drive games, and it was the perfect game to pass those cold winter evenings back in 1992. My second choice for Christmas 1992 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This time Sonic is joined by Tails as they set out to stop the evil Dr. Robotnik and retrieve the Chaos Emeralds. The addition of Tails really comes to light in the two-player race mode. This allowed two players to race head-to-head to see who can reach the finish line first in a selection of stages. The main game features some incredible locations, each with their own set of challenges to overcome. When you reach the end of each zone, you face Dr. Robotnik in one of his many machines, each designed to stop Sonic and Tails in their tracks. Sonic 2 saw the introduction of the Spin Dash move. This allows Sonic to spin on the spot before flying off at full speed. Similar to the first game, Sonic can access bonus stages by collecting over 50 rings. This was one change I wasn't keen on in this sequel, and much preferred the bonus stages in the first game. Sonic's second outing on the Mega Drive built on the solid foundations of its predecessor in almost every way. The graphics, stage design and unforgettable soundtrack made Sonic 2 not only one of the best games of 1992, but one of the best games ever released for the Sega Mega Drive. So my choice of game for Christmas 1992 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I just had to go with Sonic 2. As much as I enjoy Road Rash 2, Sonic 2 is my favourite Mega Drive platform game and is probably my favourite game starring Sega's blue mascot. But something doesn't quite feel right here. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Ah yes, just in time for Christmas, there was the PAL release of Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior for the Super Nintendo. So let's just end the contest here and say no more. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Christmas special. I'll be back in 2021 with lots more retro gaming content, so I hope to see you then. But for now, from me, Mega Drew, I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below and subscribe to the channel for future content.